So 10 minutes into the challenge, I get into a frantic spin. Somehow, I started preparing everything but the chicken. I start preparing and marinating my chicken, and I just pray that my chicken is going to be cooked through to the bone.
I'm creating a chicken mousseline that's deep fried. It's made with ricotta, and I'm serving it with the bone marrow and asparagus salad. I'm reminded of the roast marrow bone and parsley salad from St. John in London. I've always wanted to have this dish, so I decided it's an opportunity to do a little tribute of Fergus Henderson.
Corin, you were very excited earlier. What are you planning?
Well, I'm making grilled asparagus that I've just put a little orange blossom honey just to sweeten it a little bit up. I'm making chicken quenelles with a ricotta with sage. The bone marrow was my favourite. Made little bone marrow balls with the breadcrumbs.
And what are you going to do with the...
Shallow fry it with olive oil, and just at the end, you know, just add a little bit of butter and just basically crisp it up.
OK, just worries me about frying the marrow, that it doesn't all disappear, but you seem to know what you're doing, so...
It's timing. Yeah.
Well, timing is everything, so let's hope it all comes together.
I hope so too, Chef.
Great.
Thank you so much.
Working with bone marrow, it can disintegrate very quickly. So ideally, you know, if you're going to deep fry, you take your little balls that I made and freeze it before you cook it, but there wasn't enough time, so I was a bit worried about that.
I'm making a savoury custard with the asparagus. I've never made a savoury custard, but you know what? This is about pushing myself. If I go out on a savoury custard, you know what? I've done it. Go well, my lovelies, go well.
I'm gonna try and bake a tuile with ricotta. I'm not sure it's gonna work. I've never made something like that before. I just had some ideas in my head. And I've got a asparagus and caper custard in the fridge. I just hope that's it. So. My chicken's still in the oven. I cut open the one piece of chicken. It's still raw on the inside. Our custard's still set in the fridge. I'm just feeling so down at this moment.
I'm panicking. I am in big panic mode. I make my own ricotta cheese at home, but I make it quite soft, and I put that with the pan juices, and then that forms like a nice creamy sauce. But this ricotta was so dry, when I put it in, it just seized up, and I seized up. I got a complete and utter brain freeze.
The mousseline quenelles have just come out of the stock, and I've crumbed them, and they're in the oil, and I'm scared that I won't get them fried on time.
Folks, 2 minutes left. We want to see all 7 ingredients represented on your plates.
It's difficult to get so many components of a dish together. Everything starts getting a bit out of hand. I'm not good at plating, and I say this all the time. I'm not good at plating, so it's my main stress.
30 seconds remaining. 3, 0 and counting. 7 ingredients. 25 seconds.
In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop cooking. Well done, guys.
There was just not another 5 seconds for me to get my capers on. They were right in front of my plate. I just did not have the 3 seconds I needed to put my hand in there and put them on the plate.
I see my plate and it looks amazing. I've never plated anything like this before.
Come on. Let's see what you've got.
I hope when the judges taste my food, I want them to get an explosion in their mouth of all the flavors.
And what did you do?
Well, it's a herb-crusted chicken breast, stuffed with marrow that we add. Then I made a running custard of the asparagus and the capers.
You happy?
I'm happy, yeah.
First off, I would say, possibly not the best use of the asparagus. But that's about the only fault that I can find. I like the crust, chicken's well cooked, seasoned, good use of the astringency of the capers. Very good dish.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good use of all 7 ingredients. Good depth in the flavour. Very good. Well done.
Thank you, guys.
Joni, are you ready for us? Presentation is just saying, eat me. That's what food should do. That has awesome flavour. Textures, flavours, that's all coming together. Kumo.
For someone so young, you've got this mature approach to flavors. Carry on doing that. It's working for you.
I'm glad that I've redeemed myself, so I'm hoping that I stand a chance.
It's a pity that I didn't have the capers on the plate. I hope the judges will think that my dish is tasty.
I have served you a herb-crusted chicken breast with baked ricotta.
Is there any ingredient that was in the box that you've never used before?
Oh yes, I'm not a fan of cheese, so I'd never tasted ricotta, so needless to say I've never cooked with it either.
So you don't like cheese? Just, I mean,
No.
what is it about cheese you don't like?
It tastes like rotten feet to me.
Okay.
It just doesn't do it for me.
I'm not quite sure that I want to know how you know it tastes like rotten feet, but that's another story entirely.
All right, well, let's get stuck in.
Leandri, the brief was to use all 7 ingredients, and you haven't done so. I'm disappointed, because that's going to cost you. Because that's the nicest dish I've tasted today.
There's an element missing, and for that reason, whether they love my food or they hate it, I'm going to have to be in the bottom.
The first person we'd like to commend is Joni.
I was ecstatic. Let me tell you, I was so ecstatic. It was massive relief.
Joni, you've continued to give us flavorful food, lovely presentation, and today you didn't disappoint. Well done. The next person is Karen. Karen, you've shown that you're more than a home cook. And today you came out of your shell and really, really impressed us. So well done to you too.
Thank you.
The next person is Neil.
I actually put something real and something tasty and such a good feeling to come from being in the bottom 6 to being in the top 5.
And then the fourth person is Kumo. Kumo, you've shown growth and maturity beyond your young age. Well done to you, and carry on doing that. The best dish for this Mystery Box Challenge and the winner of our masterclass is Herman.
I've exceeded my expectations of myself. I really did a good job, and I'm really proud of myself.